Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be taking a look at the SUVs that dealers can't sell. Number 12, Infiniti QX50. The Infiniti QX50 for 2026 is one of those SUVs dealers across the USA quietly struggle to move, and many units have been sitting on lots for over a year. At first glance it looks premium enough, but buyers keep walking past it for very clear reasons. The design has not changed much in years, and next to newer rivals it feels dated, especially in a market where fresh styling matters more than ever. Another big issue is brand confidence. Infiniti as a whole has lost momentum in the US market, and shoppers worry about long-term support, resale value, and future updates. Even with heavy incentives, many buyers hesitate to put their money into a name that feels uncertain. Performance perception also hurts sales. The QX50 is not slow, but buyers expect more excitement or better efficiency at this price point. Competing SUVs offer stronger engines, better fuel numbers, or hybrid options, while the QX50 feels stuck in the middle. That makes it a tough sell in a segment where buyers compare everything. Pricing is another sticking point. The sticker often starts around $43,000, and even discounted deals still feel high for what shoppers think they are getting. In the end, the Infiniti QX50 for 2026 is not a bad SUV, but it is badly positioned. Weak demand, brand doubts, and pricing pressure have turned it into one of those vehicles dealers simply cannot clear. Number 11, Buick Envision. The Buick Envision for 2026 is another SUV dealers across the USA are struggling to move, with many units sitting on lots for well over a year. On paper it sounds like a safe, comfortable choice, but in reality buyers keep skipping it. The exterior design does not stand out anymore, and in a crowded compact SUV market, looking average is a serious problem. One major reason for slow sales is weak brand pull in this segment. Buick still has loyal older buyers, but younger shoppers rarely walk in asking for an Envision. Most cross-shop it briefly, then leave for brands they trust more or see as better value. That lack of demand has created a quiet backlog at dealerships. The Envision also suffers from poor timing. Rivals have been updated with sharper looks, better fuel efficiency, and more power options, while the Envision feels unchanged. Buyers notice this quickly when comparing window stickers side by side. Even aggressive dealer discounts have not fixed the problem. Pricing plays a big role as well. The Envision often carries a price tag close to $41,000. For many shoppers, that feels too high for a Buick compact SUV, especially when competitors offer more name recognition or stronger resale value for similar money. In the end, the Buick Envision for 2026 is stuck in an awkward spot. It is not bad, but it is easy to ignore. Weak demand, dated appeal, and pricing pressure have made it one of those SUVs dealers simply cannot clear, no matter how long it sits on the lot. Number 10, Hyundai Santa Fe. The Hyundai Santa Fe for 2026 is one of those SUVs dealers across the USA keep discounting, yet it still sits on lots far longer than expected. The core problem is unclear identity. It is not the most affordable option, not the most spacious, and not the most exciting to drive. Buyers walk in interested, then quickly realize it does not clearly win in any single area that matters. The exterior design has also slowed sales. Hyundai went for a bold and boxy look, but many shoppers find it awkward and hard to warm up to. In this segment, visual comfort matters. If a buyer is unsure within the first few seconds, they usually move on, and that happens often with the Santa Fe. Another issue is internal competition. Hyundai offers several SUVs that overlap in size and price, which confuses buyers. Many end up choosing a different Hyundai or switching brands entirely. This overlap quietly drains demand and leaves Santa Fe units parked longer than dealers planned. Price perception is another hurdle. The Santa Fe for 2026 often carries a sticker close to $42,000. Even when incentives drop the price, buyers still feel the value is not strong enough compared to rivals that offer better fuel economy, stronger resale history, or a more trusted track record. For 2026, the Hyundai Santa Fe keeps sitting because buyers feel unsure about its value, its look, and its place in the lineup, making it easy to walk past and hard for dealers to sell. Number 9, Ford Escape. The Ford Escape for 2026 is another SUV dealers across the USA are struggling to move, with many units sitting on lots far longer than expected and some for over a year. The biggest problem is fading interest. The Escape used to be a safe pick, but buyer attention has shifted fast, and this model no longer feels like a priority choice in a crowded segment. Exterior design plays a major role here. The Escape looks soft and dated next to newer competitors that appear more rugged or modern. Buyers often say it blends into the background, and that is a serious issue when first impressions decide sales. On busy dealer lots, the Escape simply does not pull people in. Another concern is market trust. Ford has faced heavy scrutiny in recent years over reliability headlines and recalls across its lineup. Pricing adds more pressure. The Ford Escape for 2026 often lists around $38,000. For many shoppers, that feels high for a compact SUV that does not stand out in performance or efficiency. When buyers see competitors offering more power, better fuel numbers, or stronger brand confidence at similar prices, the Escape quickly falls down the list for 2026. The Ford Escape keeps sitting because fading appeal, weak design presence, and price pressure make it easy for buyers to skip and hard for dealers to sell. Number 8. Mitsubishi Outlander. The Mitsubishi Outlander for 2026 is an SUV many dealers in the USA simply cannot move, with some units sitting on lots for a year or more. The main issue is weak demand tied to brand perception. Mitsubishi no longer has the pull it once did, and many buyers question long-term support, resale value, and overall stability in the US market. The exterior styling does little to help. While it tries to look tough, it comes across as generic next to newer and more confident rivals. In a segment where buyers judge quickly, the Outlander often fails to create interest during that first walk around the lot. If it does not catch the eye, it rarely makes it to a test drive. Another problem is competition overload. This class is packed with strong sellers that offer better efficiency, smoother performance, or stronger name recognition. Buyers comparing window stickers often see the Outlander as a backup option rather than a first choice, which leads to hesitation and delayed decisions. Pricing also works against it. The Outlander for 2026 commonly starts around $37,000. Even with dealer discounts, many shoppers feel that amount is hard to justify given the brand's resale history. Buyers worry about what the SUV will be worth a few years down the line, and that concern alone is enough to stop a sale. For 2026, the Mitsubishi Outlander keeps sitting because low brand confidence, average design appeal, and price doubts push buyers towards safer and faster-selling alternatives. Number 7. Kia Sorento. The Kia Sorento for 2026 is an SUV many dealers in the USA expected to sell quickly, yet a surprising number of units have been sitting on lots for a long time. The biggest issue is buyer fatigue. Kia has pushed aggressive volume across its lineup, and the Sorento no longer feels special or in short supply, which kills urgency. Exterior styling is another problem. While not ugly, the design feels overly busy and has not aged well next to newer, cleaner-looking rivals. Brand trust also plays a role. Kia has improved its image, but lingering concerns about long-term reliability and past engine issues still affect buying decisions. Many shoppers hesitate when spending this kind of money and choose brands they feel safer owning for the long haul. Pricing pressure adds to the problem. The Kia Sorento for 2026 often carries a price tag close to $44,000. Even with discounts, buyers struggle to see strong value, especially when competitors offer similar size and power for less money or with stronger resale history. Another issue is heavy competition within Kia's own lineup. Buyers often cross-shop and end up choosing a different Kia model, leaving the Sorento stuck in the middle. For 2026, the Kia Sorento keeps sitting because buyer fatigue, styling hesitation, and price resistance make it an easy SUV to pass over. Number 6. Volvo XC40. The Volvo XC40 for 2026 is a compact luxury SUV that dealers across the USA are finding hard to clear, with many examples sitting on lots far longer than expected. The main problem is price versus perception. Buyers like the Volvo name, but at this size they expect sharper value or stronger performance, and the XC40 does not fully deliver either. The exterior design is clean but conservative. In a market where compact SUVs are getting bolder and more aggressive, the XC40 blends in instead of standing out. Another issue is competition pressure. Luxury buyers in this segment are spoiled with options that offer stronger engines, sportier looks, or better brand excitement. Pricing adds to the slowdown. The Volvo XC40 for 2026 commonly sits around $45,000. For a compact SUV, that number gives buyers pause. Brand concerns also play a role. While Volvo is respected for safety, buyers worry about long-term ownership costs and dealer service reach in certain areas. That hesitation becomes a deal breaker for many shoppers who want stress-free ownership. For 2026, the Volvo XC40 keeps sitting because high pricing, muted design appeal, and tough competition make buyers hesitate and dealers wait. Number 5. Jeep Grand Cherokee. The Jeep Grand Cherokee for 2026 is a surprising slow mover on dealer lots across the USA, with many units parked far longer than anyone expected. The problem is not name recognition, it is buyer hesitation. Shoppers know the badge, but they also know the history, and that creates doubt before paperwork even starts. From the outside, the design feels heavy and conservative in a market that is shifting toward cleaner, lighter-looking SUVs. For many buyers, it looks more like an older generation vehicle parked next to newer, sharper competitors. Another issue is ownership fear. The Grand Cherokee carries a reputation for higher repair costs and long-term reliability worries. Even shoppers who like how it looks often pause when thinking beyond the warranty period. That concern is enough to push them toward safer-feeling alternatives. Price is a major roadblock. The Grand Cherokee for 2026 often comes in around $48,000. At that level, buyers expect strong dependability and solid resale value. Instead, many see a risk, especially when other SUVs offer similar size and power for less money. For 2026, the Jeep Grand Cherokee keeps sitting because buyers respect the name but do not trust the long-term cost, leaving dealers with inventory that moves slowly. Number 4. Mazda CX-5. The Mazda CX-5 for 2026 is an SUV that dealers across the USA are finding increasingly difficult to sell, with many units sitting on lots for months or even over a year. Once praised for its balance of style, comfort, and performance, it now struggles to capture attention in a segment crowded with newer and flashier competitors. Buyers today are looking for bold designs, standout features, and clear value, and the CX-5, while solid, does not create that immediate excitement during a lot visit. Under the exterior, the CX-5 offers competent performance and respectable fuel efficiency, yet buyers increasingly demand more than just reliability. The engine and handling are solid, but they do not deliver the kind of performance that makes a buyer commit quickly. The price tag for 2026 hovers around $38,000, and even when dealerships apply incentives or limited-time deals, many buyers hesitate. They weigh the cost against competitors who provide more tech, larger cabins, or higher resale confidence, making the CX-5 harder to justify financially. Another factor is familiarity fatigue. The CX-5 has been on the market for years without major redesign. So many shoppers see it as just another SUV rather than a standout option. For 2026, the Mazda CX-5 keeps sitting because familiar styling, stiff competition, and pricing pressure leave dealers with inventory that moves slowly and buyers who keep walking past in favor of newer alternatives. Number 3. Volkswagen Taos. The Volkswagen Taos for 2026 is a small SUV that dealers across the USA are struggling to sell, with many units sitting on lots for over a year. The main issue is its lack of presence in a crowded compact SUV segment. Buyers often see the Taos as adequate but not compelling, and in a market full of bold, eye-catching options, adequate does not translate into fast sales. The exterior is functional and modern, but it lacks the aggressive lines, sporty stance, or distinctive styling that grabs attention during a walk around the lot. Shoppers tend to glance at it, nod politely, and then move on to SUVs that feel fresher or more dynamic. This first impression problem makes it difficult for dealers to generate excitement. Pricing contributes to slow movement. The Taos for 2026 typically carries a sticker around $33,000. For its size, many buyers feel that price is high, especially when competitors offer more space, stronger engines, or advanced technology for a similar or lower cost. Incentives can help, but they rarely overcome the perception of limited value. Brand perception also plays a role. Volkswagen has a mixed reputation in the USA, and some buyers remain cautious due to past reliability concerns. Even though the Taos is mechanically sound, that hesitation impacts decision-making and slows lot turnover. For 2026, the Volkswagen Taos keeps sitting because muted styling, tough competition, pricing concerns, and cautious buyers make it a vehicle that dealers struggle to move despite effort and discounts. Number 2, Chevrolet Equinox. The Chevrolet Equinox for 2026 is an SUV that dealers across the USA are finding difficult to sell, with many units sitting on lots for months or even over a year. The main challenge is that it no longer stands out in the compact SUV segment. Buyers have more choices than ever, and the Equinox feels safe but forgettable compared to rivals that offer bolder styling, better fuel efficiency, or more advanced technology. The exterior design is simple and familiar, which can appeal to some, but many shoppers want a more striking or modern look. On crowded dealership lots, the Equinox often blends in, making it easy for buyers to bypass in favor of more visually appealing options. Pricing also weighs on sales. The Equinox for 2026 commonly carries a sticker around $36,000. Even with incentives, buyers compare it to competitors offering stronger resale value, larger cabins, or more premium-feeling interiors for similar money. For many shoppers, the Equinox simply does not justify the cost when alternatives feel like a better deal. Performance and efficiency are adequate, but nothing about the Equinox excites buyers or sets it apart. In a segment where buyers are looking for both value and presence, being just adequate is not enough to close a deal quickly. For 2026, the Chevrolet Equinox keeps sitting because its safe styling, average appeal, and pricing pressures make it easy for buyers to pass it by, leaving dealers with inventory that moves slowly. Number 1, Land Rover Discovery. The Land Rover Discovery for 2026 is an SUV that dealers across the USA are struggling to sell, with many units sitting on lots for a year or longer. The primary issue is cost versus confidence. While the Discovery offers premium appeal, size, and off-road capability, buyers worry about long-term reliability and expensive maintenance, which makes them think twice before committing. Pricing is a major barrier. The Discovery for 2026 often carries a sticker above $60,000. Even with dealer incentives, many buyers feel the cost outweighs the benefits, especially when luxury competitors offer similar comfort, technology, and brand assurance for less money or with lower perceived risk. Ownership costs further slow sales. Fuel consumption, insurance, and maintenance expectations add up, and cautious buyers often step back when calculating long-term expenses. Even those attracted to the brand or off-road capability hesitate at the final decision stage. For 2026, the Land Rover Discovery keeps sitting because high price, ownership concerns, and cautious buyers leave dealers with inventory that moves extremely slowly despite the vehicle's premium features. And with this, we have reached the end of this video. Make sure to like it and subscribe the channel for future upcoming videos.